Minister, your opening statement, you referred to Canada as an energy superpower, and indeed we ought to be one. But your government, in November of 2015, canceled an existing Pacific pipeline. It was one of literally the first things the cabinet did when elected in 2015. In 2018, you passed the Bill C-69, which precluded any pipeline construction in Canada, which your government presided over a 10-year capital flight from the energy industry. And in 2025, you have granted yourself and with the opposition, we supported you because this is what it's come to, did support extraordinary new powers to, since you won't get rid of the red tape, to just give yourself the power to cherry pick which projects red tape would not apply to. The Prime Minister said that new major nation-building projects would be built at speeds unimaginable. I could imagine a pipeline commencing production in, say, a year. Could you tell me on what date will a pipeline be approved and construction begin?
Well, I would say you should just look at what we did with Trans Mountain. We are the government who made things happen because we built Trans Mountain. Actually, I was with the CEO of Trans Mountain. When you talk about the year, I would just say you should probably talk to the CEOs of the industry.
Okay, since you won't answer the question, and you mentioned Trans Mountain, you chased private capital out of Canada, nationalized a project, and then presided over a 500% increase in the cost of it once it was nationalized. But I'm going to ask you again, and I'd like you to answer the question, what year can Canadians expect construction on a pipeline to begin?
Like I said, you seem more interested in the question and the answer. I was about to go with Trans Mountain, and I was just with the CEO. When you suggest a timeline like that, I would say talk to the CEOs of the companies. They would tell you that the measures we have taken, the major project office is really making a difference.
Okay, I'm very much interested in the answer.
Chair, point of order.
Mr. Fragiskatos.
We want to hear the questions. We're hearing the questions. We want to hear the answers.
Thank you, Mr. Fragiskatos.
On the point of order? On the point of order?
This isn't a point of
order.
Okay,
we'll continue. Minister, you have not answered my question. The reason I am interrupting you is because you're not answering the question. Will you answer the question on in what year will pipeline construction begin?
It's not that I don't answer, it's that you don't like the answer. That's very different. Canadians that don't can watch and they understand that.
The answer would be a year. Give me the year. If you don't know the answer, that's okay too. You could say you don't know, and then we'll move on to another question.
Well, I would say I speak to people in the industry, and they see Canada with the major project office and what we've done as an enviable jurisdiction for them to do investment. So that's what I would say. I mean, if you talk to the people, I was with the CEO of TMX, Trans Mountain, recently. This is a pipeline in operation, and it got built. Okay, and I think you should in a way recognize that at least. It got built and it's in operation.
I would say no thanks to your government. You chased out the private builder that would have built the thing already, but that's a distraction and not an answer to the question. When will you mention the Major Projects Office? When will it announce a pipeline approval, and when will construction begin?
Well, the Major Project Office has a list of projects that are ongoing, and I can tell you discussions we have had with a number of oil company. They're looking at interesting projects in Canada in the oil and gas sector. People realize that the framework we have put together is an interesting one for them to invest.
Are there any pipelines on that list?
Listen, we like I said, Canada is recognized now as an energy superpower.
Okay, so that's no. On what date or what year, through whatever means possible, can Canadians expect a pipeline to be?
Listen, I'm trying to explain to you that you should ask that to proponents. Proponents are the one who put projects forward. What I'm saying to you is that we have good discussions.
But no proponent is going to put anything forward because they don't know what the rules are. They know that you've given yourself the power to cherry pick which projects, the rules that you have put in place that would otherwise preclude construction. So in what year do you think it's reasonable for Canadians to expect a pipeline to be built?
I'd say that's not what we hear from CEOs. I would invite you to talk to global CEOs of major oil companies and oil and gas companies. That's not what we hear from them. And I was with a number of them recently. That's not what we hear from them. That's the only thing I can share with you.
Great. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Mr. Kelly.